Yes, you do see that right. It's a little messy. Yeah, my bed isn't made, but fuck you. And yes, that is four separate basketball organizations getting represented above my bed. The Eagles, the Newcastle Eagles, Philadelphia 76ers, the Chicago Bulls, and the LA Lakers. Yes. Okay. It's 2025, and I'm definitely not doing this video because I have no other idea of what I should do this month. So, yeah, it's been a year. I finally got back to a monthly schedule, and sadly, some of those videos are definitely not up to par, especially since 3 of those videos were written in January, and I had plenty of time to work on them. Let's talk about the channel this year real quick. I posted a total of 8 videos last year, 7 of which are actually watchable. By that I mean not like editing-wise, I mean literally. One is blocked in every country due to copyright. The reason it's only 8 instead of possibly more is because of my PC and it exploded. You know my video that released in September? Yeah, my Chinibyo video. The one that was supposed to be out in April? Yeah. So I was left with nothing to do, so I started watching more anime, which made me change up my whole style, which failed miserably to be honest, but for that one video, it was perfect. I have got an aesthetic I like and videos I want to do, but the ideas that came out of that Chinibyo videos was a good one-off. Talking about it, sadly, there was an issue in the middle of those 3 videos. The first video wasn't going to get posted until it was finished, but the second and third were expected to be posted the months afterwards. And because my ideas were quite simple, I thought it would take just a bit of effort, and I thought it could be done. The second video, I was busy and ran out of time, work and college and all that. And the third and final video, I did in a single day. Recorded, edited, started writing subtitles, ran out of time for subtitles, uploaded it. It was uploaded 30 minutes before the actual video came out, which is rare. Which means the time it would have taken me to do the subtitles, it wouldn't have came out in time. I do 6 o'clock every first. You know why I did it in a single day? Because my girlfriend broke up with me in October. Fun. I'm very happy. Look at the looks on my face. I am ecstatic. This year is not considered a failure to me because of the quality of the first Chinibyo video. It's not all there, it's not perfect, but it's my best attempt at what I want so far. We aren't here for this BS. Let's talk anime as we should. I watched a number of anime this year. Not all were from 2024, but quite a bit. I have watched 17 shows as of the 15th, and 18th as of the 23rd. I've watched 65 separate seasons / OVA / movies this year. Only 3 were rewatches, which was the Chinibyos, and if you were to break the rest down to separate franchises, you would get 48. Okay, if you want a quick rating, let's get over it. Let's rank every show that came out in 2024 that I watched, except the ones in my top 10 in watch order. Chained Soldier, 6.5 out of 10. Horny, for real, he's me, for real, JoJo's reference, for real. Yeah, sure. Gushing Over Magical Girls, 7 out of 10. I read the manga, it should be higher. The Dangers in My Heart, Season 2. 8 out of 10. Cute and wholesome. Mashal Season 2, 7 out of 10. It's a better comedy than an action. Sadly, it's more an action than a comedy this season. Shangri-La Frontiers Season 1, 8 out of 10. Wow. Season 2's out now? Incredible world building. Undead Unlock, 6.5 out of 10. Pacing ruined the show. Tis Time for Torture Princess, 6.5 out of 10. Love me a weeb demon daddy. For real? That is so true. And that one, I've got the screenshot. Sasaki and Peeps, 8 out of 10. Give me Season 2 right fucking now. I fucking beg of you. Give me it now. It's beautiful. It's an amazing show. The Wrong Way to Use Healing Magic, 7 out of 10. I adore this show. I think about it quite a lot, actually. It was fun to watch. Buchigiri, 8 out of 10. I truly want to be honky. Delicious in Dungeon, 7 out of 10. My favorite character had no screen time. Thanks, Dragon. Booba. Go Loser Ranger, 7 out of 10. Seriously, what the fuck? Keep going. Why do I look white as fuck? Hey. I will be saying the N-word at least once this video, so please give me back my melatonin. Sorry, I meant melanin. Konosuba Season 3, 8 out of 10. Goated shit, why was it so short? Cafe Terrace and Its Goddesses Season 2, 7 out of 10. Carried by the MC. It was. The main character's the reason I like Season 1 so much, and the main character's the reason I like Season 2 so much. Goat main character. I parry everything, 7 out of 10. Nor the fucking goat. It was quite fun to watch. Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian, 8 out of 10. Expect the video soon. Greatest character study of all time in this list. I'm being serious, motherfucker. That is such strong character writing. Not for the main girl, though. My dear friend Nokatan, 5 out of 10. Biggest waste of my time. Dandadan, 8 out of 10. Dub gave it such a unique personality.
I figured out what happened. Tell it, girl.
It went by really quick, and the ending wasn't an ending. So, knocks it down a few pegs. But fucking loved that motherfucker, and I waited to make this video because of that. Yeah, so quite a few. You see that some notable additions are also kind of missing. We will get onto that shortly, but for now, let's talk about some other notable stats. I watched 4 OVAs this year. Strangelove, Call Me Tonight, Strike the Blood, Kato Says Hen, and the Hyoka OVA. Call Me Tonight is a 5 out of 10. It's a 1986 OVA about porn addictions and werewolves or some shit. 26 minutes long, the music was good, and the animation too, but still mid. Strangelove, 3.5 out of 10. It's a 1997 OVA with 2 episodes. It doesn't have a plot until halfway through episode 2, and it was about lesbians. The animation was absolutely ass. It wasn't fun to watch. Strike the Blood, Kato Say So Hen. A Strike the Blood filler episode, and an ad for season 4. 5 out of 10. Hyoka OVA. Just another Hyoka episode. 7 out of 10. Talking about Strike the Blood and Hyoka, let's talk about my habits this year. I proceeded to finish what I started in my bedroom in Luton and watch the rest of Strike the Blood. There's no point rating them all, since they were all 5s. Literally, season 3 was 5, the OVA was a 5, season 4 was a 5.5, and the final season, which was 4 episodes long, got a 6 out of 10. Wait a second. What the fuck to get a 6 out of 10? Mogwai being Kane, familiar Zoid fusing, Kojo admitting he likes his wife. My favorite character returns for a minute screen time, 11 girl sex scene with no guys, 0 nudity, and also revived the MC whilst his daughters watched? It took 7 years to watch? Yeah, makes sense. Ignoring the elephant in the room, I also watched a lot of Kyoto animations. My glorious queen Kyoto animations. My favorite studio. Let's rank them all, shall we? I say, in watch order. Tameko's Market, 8 out of 10. My favourite part was the side story about the MC's father and his band. It makes the world feel warm and alive. My least favourite was the fucking bird. That fucking bird that I hate! He almost made it a 7. Tameko's Love Story, 8.5 out of 10. KyoAni's movie budget stays undefeated. It was a pretty movie, making the MC have a better emotional awareness, didn't change her character from the original show, but made her a more realistic version of that comedic version. It's a beautiful romance. K-On! 8 out of 10. Chunibyo's older sister. It's beautifully styled like Chunibyo, but clearly before they were as polished. It's beautifully written. K-On! Season 2. 8 out of 10. This is what KyoAni is. There is nothing more KyoAni to me than K-On! Season 2. A very comfy yet emotionally attachable show. The way the characters have to accept that they are growing up without shedding their ideals is very KyoAni and very lovely. K-On! The movie. 8 out of 10. KyoAni's movie budget stays undefeated. The only issue was that they were in my country of origin, and they stayed in an ibis. The final gig was beautiful. Hyoka, 7.5. Very stylish, the most stylish. I love mysteries sometimes, and this was one. Because it was the first time I couldn't figure out, before the reveal, on every single mystery. I always have at least an inkling, but I have no clue because it's based on emotions of the characters and rather than predictable cliches. Hyoka OVA, obviously I mentioned this before, 7 out of 10. Long live my glorious queen. Nichijou, 8.5 out of 10. Genuinely the best comedy show I've ever watched. I fucked up watching this and I watched it before I slept after work and college, but I didn't sit down to watch it in one sitting until I went to finish it. It's still very KyoAni despite focusing less on the micro, just to focus on the macro. It was beautiful. One of my favourites. In all honesty, KyoAni has served me very well this year, and it's clear they have been the most consistently good source of shows for me this year. But in all honesty, I think you've waited enough. It's time for me to do my top 10. Counting down from 10. You're gonna enjoy this.
Don't know anything about you, so close, just a touch away. Your love hits me like no other. They say I'm a true believer.
At 10 is the humble daughter of Kyoto Animation's K-On! It's exactly what it seems like. It's a cutesy show about girls in a band growing up, and in all honesty, I'm upset that I haven't watched it earlier. I guess I wouldn't have understood it at the time, but it's the true representation of what I said in the dude's comment section earlier this year. If I had watched this instead of Chunibyo, I'd be just as enamored with it as I am Chunibyo. It's the quintessential KyoAni show, and therefore it's important to me. The second season hit hard, season 1 was great, season 2 was just season 1 with more urgency and was better off for it. It was a perfect continuation of the series, and the movie was great too. It perfectly finalized everything despite being in my country. Season 1 had showings of what KyoAni would become visually and was cute for it. Season 2 got closer to what modern day KyoAni is and was definitely on par with the cinematography and lighting. It's a beautiful show, and I'm glad I watched it. I'll be back.
I know something's taking over now. I wanna run, but I don't know how. You just crossed my border now, just a kiss away.
At number 9 is Tameko's Market / Love Story. I love this show to death. KyoAni is a hard carry for real. And the only reason it's so low is because of the fucking bird. It was a fun show with interesting characters. The anime did have some letdowns like the bird. However, the amazing side story about the MC's dad and his song was quite literally my favourite side story of any anime I watched this year. Maybe ever. It made me feel so warm, and I love tsundere, so that was a welcome addition. The dad, by the way, he's a tsundere. And it has that classic KyoAni cutesy cuddly vibe that can turn serious at any moment. I did plenty of times, and the movie was one of the best I've ever watched. Seriously, such a great continuation for a story which made it go from a comedy to a romance, and it did it so well. Oh my god! What? What?
Sad.
You're sad? Why? What? He hit.
Stole all my chocolate that I like.
Okay, you can beat him up.
No,
Why?
because I want to stay with you.
Okay, stay here and don't interrupt. They can see your foot. Okay, whatever. Its cinematography and lighting was some of the most beautiful I've ever seen, and KyoAni's movie budget stays undefeated. Isn't that true, Theo? Say yes. Okay. At 8, Nichijou stands tall. Being able to beat out its siblings in this race by just being funnier is an incredible feat. Obviously it's nerfed by the way I watched it, but it's clear why it's at the top of these 3. It didn't need incredible character development to be funny. It is entertaining to a fault. Did you say something? Huh? Shoot? You want me to shoot him?
What, when?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll do it in a minute. It is entertaining to a fault. You find yourself rooting for the characters and wanting to know more about certain characters, to know what the hell is going on in this gag. There is so much going on with it, and it's so consistently funny that no comedy could compare. It treats its world as a world and lets us enjoy multiple characters in multiple episodes with their own gags. And it's all happening at once. There's a reason why there's still a consistent fan base on Instagram for Nichijou. It is stylistic, it is beautiful, it is the goat of its genre. I never got tired of it. Show Annie does it better. Hi.
He's gonna shoot you with his metal gun.
It's not even in here.
And I will shoot you.
Bang. Go shoot him. Go on, shoot him. To stop this streak of Kyo Annie shows, we get, at 7, Horimiya. In my own words, one of the best anime I have watched in a long time. Some of the greatest character writing out of any rom-com I've ever watched, and it fulfills both ends of its deal. It's filled to the brim with high school romance, and it's pretty funny. Hori and Miyamura are both entertaining MCs, and the supporting cast is an all-star one, like the 04 Pistons. Don't have one of those jerseys up there, but I hope I do. Christmas is in 2 days. Even if it's Sheed, I don't care. I wanted Ben. It had an amazing soundtrack that had me thinking back to when I lived in Luton and watched random 12-episode anime. End quote. That's a quote from my review. Season 1 was such a blast with emotional moments, realistic writing, and beautiful shots. The soundtrack was phenomenal, and the style of the writing kept me stuck in. Season 1 ends beautifully, and Season 2 matches that energy with the other side of the daydream, which they both show the different quirks of each character with the way the dreams go. I love the writing. I couldn't have watched Season 2 at a worse time. I found myself cursing at the screen. Wishing I could relate again, and I still gave it an 8. Horimiya is straight up fire. Watch it. Number 6, Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2. I read the start of this season. Thank God they cut some of the scenes because God, I was ready to skip. It scared me, because the last time I watched Mushoku Tensei season, I immediately bought the light novel preceding it, and then Rudy acts like Rudy. Then I watched the season I've read, and he's much better. Oh, my heart. So I haven't bought the next volume. It's hard to read. And the only reason I watched it when I did was because I was spoiled. And I'm upset. Ignoring all the death flags, I might have been shocked. This season was great because it felt like we were progressing in Rudy's life. It's very interesting to watch, even though it gets harder to watch with each passing season. I hate Rudy, but he's written amazingly. I love Sylvie. Poor Sylvie. I'm glad she likes joining in.
Dangerous. Don't you push it to the limit, 'cause you know I'm hungry for your touch. No doubt, I wanna be a lover.
Eminence in Shadow Season 2 takes spot 5. Every character has my attention at all times, and I love his Chuny delusions. It's very fun to see Sid work, and even more fun to watch him fight. My favourite character is obviously his wife, and she had barely any screen time if I remember correctly. Sorry, I watched it at the start of this year and I wrote nothing. I just put like a number. It had me feeling like a kid in Luton on the touchscreen Lenovo laptop that I talk about all the time. I called it the most 10 out of 10, 5 out of 10 of all time, and I don't know what that means anymore. Sorry. And the ending was amazing. Yes, hype and vibes can carry you to spot 5. And if you get a 9.
They say, just a pretender. I know something's taking over now. I wanna run, but I don't know how. You've just crossed my border now.
The unluckiest spot of them all goes to Freerun. When it comes to the world building of any shows I've watched this year, Freerun could rival them all at once. She's a beautiful character. When it comes down to writing characters like her, they often get stuck into a stereotype, and she's not it. She's a deep character with lots of care and love in her heart, but it takes a while to come out. She's a tortured soul, but a slow torture, a trait she holds with the other elves. The action is also just as beautiful. There's a fucking lot I could say here. Like, I love how Freerun genuinely believes that the mages of this era cannot compete with peak magic of the demons. So therefore, she doesn't use special magic. We only realize when see her doppelganger because they see themselves as a threat, because the amazing magic they use against each other would dominate any other sorcerer of this era, and it's true. Or the fact that there's little mysteries throughout the series, like the creation of offensive and then later defensive magic, even though that was revealed in the same episode. Historically, they happened at different times. There's a history of this world, and it's beautiful. Frieren is a lived-in world, but more importantly, its people are people. Fully 3D. Himmel lived his life to the fullest. He became the hero, he killed the Demon King, he travelled with the elf that inspired him. Then 50 years later, he travels one last time with his party. He fulfilled his promise, then he dies. He died with zero regrets, even though he didn't court his favourite elf. When Frieren figures that out, she'll realise that she knew him pretty well. And that's why I love this show, because it's very much like that.
Take face to face. Give me a break. I'm melting away. You're so dangerous. Or is it too late? Gotta know what's on your mind.
At spot number 3, we have Season 2 of Jujutsu Kaisen. I've seen a lot of slander for Jujutsu Kaisen this year, with it finishing and all, but the most heinous of all is its insults towards Season 2. Season 2 is the Shibuya incident, and they believe that because it's mostly fights, there's no story. Gege Akutami is a genius. This is because he can write within fights. Yes, there's been a bunch of lore that is mostly not needed for the core story, but it's there. He's just autistic. Gege specifically could write his entire story within fights, which makes this arc the best. He's told... So much is told through these fights. Through who's fighting, through how they fight, through who they fight. That if they were to sit around talking about it, it would be less efficient. We've seen how he likes to do lore dumps. He couldn't fit that in a fight because there wasn't enough time. And everyone complains every time. It's like, bro, stop yapping. If he could do it in a fight, he would have. He ran out of time. Anyway, I don't have much else to say other than Toji, the motherfucking goat, my boy. Toji's the motherfucking goat. What an anticlimactic spot 3. Spot 2 is a spot that this woman is not used to sitting in. She would rip and tear this world apart if it wasn't for who sits on the throne. For she is our gracious God, because there is no one more worthy of sitting next to spot 1, this specific spot 1, than Haruhi Suzumiya. Haruhi Suzumiya lives up to her reputation by simply being the most interesting character I have ever witnessed on any screen. She is the biggest dickhead of all time. She commits a fucking felony an episode at minimum. And if she isn't committing felonies, she's destroying the universe. Let me describe her actions that she took to get a PC for her club room, that she also stole. She grabs her well-endowed friend, marches over to the losers in the IT club, hands Kyon a camera and tells him to take a picture when she says. Then, she grabs the club leader and forcibly makes him grope her well-endowed friend, Mikuru Asahina. And then says if they don't give her the best PC in the room, she's taking the camera to the principal. When countered, she says she'll just say the group ganged up on Mikuru. Kyon watches. They completely comply. She is such a menace that, in the books, it's stated the school just ignores her club instead of shutting it down. I love the way Haruhi is. Where is it? Because it's such a rare way to get me invested in a character, and I'm very much invested. She's a very unique person, and the story is tied to her normalcy. Anything she wants to happen or believes in becomes real, but her normalcy stops her from knowing they are real, and I love that. She's not normal, but she is deep down. It's very rare that we get to see her be normal, but we do, and they are my favourite moments, because Kyon isn't normal too. I love that she gets a little crush and then starts being embarrassed or jealous. She is my queen for a reason. If she was real, I would absolutely despise her. But she isn't, so I'm gonna love every moment of her. And that's just one thing I love about this show. The melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya is a very stylish piece of media. The season starts off with an in-universe movie made by Haruhi and the SOS Brigade with in-universe sponsorships in the middle. The rest is out of chronological order, except for two parts, sometimes. And it was such a good watch, you slowly piece things together. The characters show up out of nowhere with no explanation, magical shit is happening and characters aren't reacting, what is going on? It's such a unique way to express Haruhi and her chaoticness whilst also allowing the viewer to enjoy a mystery. And everything only falls into place after episode 14, and that's only season 1. Season 1 thoroughly brought me into this. Season 1 thoroughly brought me into this world and I wanted more. So what did they give me? Endless 8. This was an idea I genuinely had and I would have stopped at 5 though. Season 1 was rated a 9 out of 10. Season 2 was rated a 7.5 out of 10. And you want to know why? Endless 8. Endless 8 is an arc that... Endless 8 brought it down to a 7, then brought it back up to a 7.5. Endless 8 is the arc that Haruhi loops time because she hasn't enjoyed summer to the fullest, not realizing that it's because she hadn't done homework late with her boys, because she does her homework immediately, and she's never had friends before. And then there's the movie. The movie is such a beautiful thing, but I've already went on and on about Haruhi Suzumiya, so I'll keep it short. Kyon has the most historic I miss my wife moment of all time. And that was good enough for me to rate it a 9. However great she is, she couldn't match up Peak, because the first time since I rated Geneva, I'm going to give something else a 10 out of 10. One, the greatest honor I could ever bestow, a 10 out of 10. And that is style incarnate. Visual, audio, pacing. Fooly Cooley is the best show I've watched all year, and it ruined me. Well, that would be it. It's not. Oh my god, you're fucking. Well, that would be it, but that's not every show ranked. Fun, I'm gonna rank them all and scroll on by. You enjoy. Out of there's a couple I'd like to mention for being important. First of all is the honourable mentions of the Yuzuki family's 4 sons. An anime that did something to me that only KyoAni has replicated recently and got a video out of me whilst my PC exploded. One of my favourite watches. Shangri-La Frontier is one that has a triple world building and it's great on that end. I can't wait to watch season 2 in early 2025. Buchigiri is such a weird watch, but it was so entertaining that it carried itself to an 8. Along with its fun character development and wonderful cast. Sasuke and Beeps was a sleeper this year with double world building and funny scam man with corporate job. It was entertaining to watch and I can't wait for more. Please Twins being ranked so high is probably surprising seeing as I haven't even watched the original show. Incest Chicken is worth that much to me. Skipping all the way down to Blood Sea, it's most known for its final 2 episodes, which to me genuinely saved the show, has made everything I'd watched worth it. Genuinely an ending worth watching for. Birdie Wing could have been goated, but we didn't get to see them kiss. But we did have that really tense sexual scene in the rain on the rooftop. And it was almost good enough. But lesbian mafia golf anime is genuinely a beautiful concept. Did you just unplug my Alexa? Why do I look black as fuck right now? Big lips, big nose.
What did you do to say?
Hey, Italian man. I do not want to get Luigi'd right now.
Put your hands down and read that while you're dead.
Read this?
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? Akuma made what was complete ass until the second to last episode, which was the only reason I don't despise spending my time watching it. It's a double crash out wasn't worth the rest of the show to watch, but it made the ending better. Never make me watch convenience store boyfriends ever again. Technically, I've done more than watch anime this year. I'd say technically because some of them weren't recorded this year, and they are on Pixel Power Gaming's YouTube channel. Over there, we have a podcast that we have been recording for years, and it gets posted every so often. That involves me and my boys, Josh and Harvey. I think this is all I need to show you.
Watching something.
Oh, dude.
Knee
slapper.
Yes, makes it better.
Okay. Josh wants one, but that's cringe.
We're recording a podcast, by the way. Cool.
First I go with
And oh, I've also been playing some basketball.
Look at this! I'm so happy. Ignore. It's not 3 days grace, by the way. Look at this. Jerome, Cobe, Vicar wet bananas. Woo! Look at that move. Where's Vic at? Look at that. Oh, look at that dribble. Vic gets back 7 foot 4 outs. Look at Jerome rise up. Oh, try for the ball. Oh, get out, French boy. I hate that. That was nasty. Well, fuck me.
Since September 2023, and I can give you my stats from it, because I'm a nerd and I love stats and numbers make me feel good. Oh no, yeah, this is right. As an 18-year-old, I averaged 5.4 points, 0.9 assists, 4.1 rebounds, 1.5 steals, and 0 blocks a game, all on 25% shooting. I suck at shooting, Theo. I only make layups. Sometimes. I
ain't good
shots.
at shooting.
Yeah, not that kind of shooting. Not that kind of shooting. I was 5 of 212 from the field. So, what did we learn this year? We learned that sometimes you have to let go, right? You don't know what I'm on about because I'm not talking about you. But
How
sometimes,
about yesterday?
yeah, and you were being naughty because you wanted my gun, and I said that's for grown-ups because it is, and then you cried and attacked me with everything you could see. Anyway, sometimes we gotta let go, and sometimes we gotta, like, give up. So, and it's been a learning experience this year, hasn't it been, Theo?
What are you talking about?
And we just gotta be better. So, in spirit of letting go, in the next year, in this 2025 year, I'm gonna be remaking half my videos.
Videos. What do you
For
mean?
letting go of the past, we're gonna embrace the past and make it better. I say that, it's probably not gonna be half, but a lot of my videos are gonna be that whilst I work on others in the background. Don't shoot me. And also in spirit of letting go, fire. Thank you, Theo, for being Theo. And yeah, it's game over. Enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed 2024. Did you enjoy this year? What have you done this year, Theo?
Probably get shouted at by my mum.
You've been shouted at by your mum. I also get shouted at by your mum. But I shout back, so I'm allowed. That's my sister.
Callum.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. And as you are watching this, I am watching the Chinibio movie, or the season 2. I can't remember how long it takes.
Callum, we're watching Sonic 4. I see.
We're watching Sonic 3 today. Me and Theo. If Granddad's too busy, isn't that right?
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you guys for watching. I'll be watching Shinibio. I hope you guys enjoy some Tetris. Tetris Forever was not worth the money, so I've refunded it immediately. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next month.